Hello, this is Pranay Vilaj from Department of CSC. Today I am going to discuss about the evolution of writing from Shakespeare to WhatsApp. The evolution of writing from the era of Shakespeare to the era of WhatsApp reflects the elegance of Elizabethan prose to the brevity of instant messages. Writing has continuously evolved to match the pace and a medium of communication. Introduction, we are going to discuss about how writing has become a mirror of human civilization, how technology and culture shape the communication, and we also going to discuss about the overview of key eras: classical era, the printing where the print has started, and digital era where WhatsApp texting has started. And we jump on to the next slide, the Shakespearean era. During the late 16th and early 19th centuries, William Shakespeare wrote modern English, a form remarkably close to modern English but richer in vocabulary, creative expression. Shakespeare frequently invented new words, over 1700 by some estimates, and popularized idioms still we are using today, such as to wild goose chase and break the ice. His writing style favored theatrical devices like anaphora and antithesis to evoke emotion and artistry. Writing was a largely literacy art intended for reading aloud or performance rather than rapid exchange. His writings are very rich in poetic language and in dramatic in structure. His writing is performance and literature. He also written some limited access handwritten manuscripts and early printing presses in the 15th century. The age of printer. This is where the starting of printer started. The print and mechanized writing revolution. Gutenberg printing press evolution started in 15th century. Following Shakespeare's time, the innovations like the printing press in 15th century and later the typewriter in 19th century democratized writing. The printing press allowed mass distribution of text, making literacy more widespread and established standardized spelling and grammar. The typewriter in turn made writing faster, reliable using the age of newspaper, the telegraph, the professional communication. Written language gradually became more practical, concise, accessible to a large audience. Next, we are moving to next slide, industrial and professional writing. Now, his writing is business letters. You can also write formal reports and academic writing. Emphasizes on clarity, structure, and professionalism. Writing as a tool for commerce and business. Writing is the main tool for businesses, commerce, industries. The digital age and rise of the internet. By the late 20th century, computers transformed how people wrote emails, introduced speed and informity into communication, while the internet expanded the audience and reduced geographical barriers. Blogs, online journalism, forums gave rise to a new kind of writing, interactive, participatory, and immediate. The beginning of informal digital communication and started text message, slang, and WhatsApp language. The rise of texting and messaging like SMS, WhatsApp, social media like Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, X, and we also started using emojis, abbreviations, and voice to text. Writing becomes conversational, instant, and visual. Text messages, slangs, and WhatsApp language. The mobile age introduced SMS, shorthand, abbreviations like LOL, BIB, OMG, which evolved naturally from early technical limitations such as character limits, WhatsApp, and similar platforms further blur the distinction between speech and writing, combining text with voice notes, images, GIFs, emojis. Emojis, much like biographically or medieval icons, have reintroduced a visual dimension to writing for emotional nuance. How have abbreviations and emojis changed written tone online? We're going to discuss about it. Abbreviations and emojis have revolutionized the tone of written communication online, transforming it from a flat, text only medium into one that mirrors spoken conversation and emotional nuance. Together, they make digital interactions more expressive, immediate, and social linguistic complex. Tone through abbreviations is an important topic that we will discuss now. Abbreviations such as LOL, IDK compress meaning while signaling casualness, humor, or camaraderie. They make written exchanges quicker and more conversational while building in-group identity within online communities. For instance, LOL often no longer literally means slaughter, but instead softens tone, reduces tension, or signals friendliness. However, overuse can erode clarity and blur formal boundaries, particularly in professional or academic contexts where excessive shorthand may be perceived as careless or unprofessional. Emotional color through emojis. This is where emojis have started taking place instead of text. Emojis act as the emotional layer of digital text. Studies show that emojis enhance expressiveness by mimicking facial expressions and gestures that are absent from written language. If you want to express your feeling like if you want to be happy, you not just type happy, you can say smiling emoji. If you are sad, you can use a sad emoji. If you are angry, you can share an angry emoji. Like a smiley can make a message sound friendly. A thumbs up can convey approval or, depending on context, sarcasm. Positive emojis generally strengthen warmth and empathy, while negative ones can often soften criticism or indicate shared frustration. For example, adding a smile emoji to a firm message can change its perceived tone from curt to polite. Culture and contextual shifts. The meaning, abbreviation, and emojis can vary widely across generations and cultures. Research has shown, for example, that Gen Z users as Gen Z often interrupt the classic smiley as passive aggressive, while older users see it as genuinely kind. Emojis have thus become dynamic cultural symbols whose interpretations depend on shared context, relationship, and communication norms. The net effect on written tone. Together, abbreviations and emojis have made written tone more fluid and emotionally rich, allowing users to convey subtly humor and personality that text alone cannot carry. They bridge the gap between written and spoken communication, transforming online writing into expressive, multimodal dialogue rather than static text. Now we go to the next slide. Globalization and multilingual writing, code switching and hybrid languages, writing across cultures and platforms, rise of memes, GIFs and non-verbal writing, the digital age, and the rise of internet. Next, the how writing shapes us today. Writing as identity, bios, tweets, captions. It can writing influence on thoughts, relationships, and our culture. It's the balance between brevity and depth. Finally, I want to conclude this topic by telling you the last thing. Language has thus evolved from Shakespeare's poetic density to WhatsApp's multimedia simplicity. In every stage, we have seen many different changes, from writing on paper to printing, started computer typing, and now we are moving on to the AI generated writing. And you can ask AI to generate any story and it just generate you. And while Shakespeare stretched English creative boundaries, WhatsApp users remix it into a global visual hybrid form of communication This ongoing evolution underscores language's greatest strength and its capability. Soon in future we are going to see more AI generated writing and immersive storytelling. Thank you.